Hello and welcome to Talking on Purpose with Torrie. This is the Internet Show. I am so grateful for the new subscribers and for people reaching out and reaching beyond. Today we're going to talk about working a smarter system, which you can also hear about on the podcast Talking on Purpose with Torrie. If you would rather listen, this is going to be somewhat of the same content, but not exactly. If you are new here, welcome. For the most part, I do deliver quiet videos which showcase beautiful scenery and quotes, and I try to, as often as possible, insert times where you can reflect, pray, meditate, and just take that breath, that interruption within your day that allows you to just be. So I pray that you use these videos in that manner. Every so often, we get one of these videos and we're talking about being smarter. S.M.A.R.T. SMART, specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, timely. That's what my SMART system is. And how do we use that to set up our goals and even start new projects or continue pushing through one that might be very difficult? How do we do that? Well, we need to set some parameters, some boundaries, and ask some questions about who is going to handle what. Who, what, when, why, where, why, how, all of those things. I shared in my reintroduction videos that Our Given Purpose began as a blog and then moved on into a podcast. And there was this evolution that happened, and it was not all at once. It was little by little as I learned. And that was very specific, and I needed to do that in order to come out of my shell. I'm a very shy person, somewhat of an introvert, and there were moments and times where I was just paralyzed with fear, not because I wanted to be disobedient, but God understood and knew that He was going to have to work with me in a very specific manner, and to allow that time to happen. We do not have to walk at the exact same pace as someone else. What we can do is use them as an example of how we can move forward and push beyond those boundaries. So when you are setting up your goals, especially for 2022, I know a lot of you probably have your vision boards, you have your new planners, you're ready to just dig in and get started. And okay, January, wipe the slate clean, no more Post-it notes, no more carrying around this big heavy thing or having 6 or 7 different calendars. Yeah. It can get overwhelming at times, but if you take it one step at a time, one day at a time, and you use this SMART system, making sure that each of your goals is measurable. So I want to share just one way of how I do that when I'm creating content. I am a podcaster, and I'm also a video creator and a video editor, and I also film and produce other projects. And that can get very overwhelming very quickly unless I make sure that this half-hour recording can be downloaded or uploaded onto whichever platform it needs to go. Can I do this in 4 hours? And if the answer is no, then I look at how do I need to break it up. And that is a lot of what I end up having to do, is measuring out how I utilize my time, how I am able to produce certain content, and the difference between someone else's content and my own, and to not mesh those two things together. I use iMovie, DaVinci, and Adobe Creator Studio. I'm pretty sure I messed that name up because I think it might be called something else. Premiere Rush. Woo! I use all 3 of those, which also helps me to divide the workload, because I know when I come into that specific movie editor, which I love them all, to have those different zones is also very important and helpful. And I took that same principle and applied it to the editing of content. I will use Premiere Rush or iMovie for editing speeches, sermons, church things, organizations, where I can quickly add in effects, backdrops, all of that stuff. Again, you have the folders available to you. Canva is also a fantastic resource to use, and there's so many other video editors and content layers that you can add in to make your presentation very professional and appealing to your viewers. And I hope that mine is, as I continue to learn more, I will incorporate more, because it makes it interesting and fun and exciting. And that's part of the work, to always enjoy what you are doing, to make it relevant for today, but also to resonate with your viewers and your clientele. On Monday's episode of Our Given Purpose, the podcast, I asked the question, what is the condition of your purpose? And I think I want to answer that right now, because I believe that my condition of my purpose has been clarified even more so, because I want to focus in on how God is going to use the gifts and the talents that I have to elevate and amplify His voice within the community that I serve. And that makes me so happy and so filled with gratitude. I hope the condition of your purpose will motivate you to work smarter, not harder. I love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next week.